I am really not a big fan of sequels, but I think I found one that I'd like to share with you. Folks, welcome to the video. My name is Greg Parker with Engrave Wealth Partners, and I want to share some important changes to retirement planning that were recently passed by Congress known as the Secure Act 2.0. Now, why is this such a good sequel? We're going to talk about that and how it affects retirement planning for you. But in order to do that, we need to start at the beginning. The Secure Act was originally started in December of 2019. The Setting Every Community Up for Retirement Enhancement Act of 2019, or the Secure Act, was originally passed with sweeping changes to retirement planning that were desperately needed. However, a few things were overlooked, and keeping up with more modern changes like inflation-adjusted contribution rates and RMDs, Congress tried to address the issue here recently in a broader appropriations bill by passing the Secure Act 2.0. And again, the necessary changes that we were hoping for were passed into law and become effective starting January of 2023. Now, why are these changes so important and what's so uniquely different about Secure Act 2.0? Well, the number one factor it changes when it comes to retirement is something we talk about all the time as the problem of retirement. We often talk about retirement being rigged against you because the idea of saving for retirement in tax-deferred vehicles comes with a ticking time bomb. And that is very specifically that when you withdraw funds from any qualified retirement plan, including a 401k or an IRA, your income will be subject to taxes. Any withdrawal amount taken from these retirement plans is reported to the IRS as W-2 type income or taxable ordinary income. Now, I know many people say, well, then I'm not going to withdraw from my retirement plans. I'll live off of other sources. But the important thing about retirement planning is that all retirement plans, IRAs and 401ks alike, come with that ticking time bomb known as RMDs, or required minimum distributions. Folks, RMDs have been around for a long time, but for years, RMDs didn't begin until you turned 70 and a half. Secure Act 1.0 tried to fix that by pushing RMDs out to age 72. Well, Secure Act 2.0 makes yet another adjustment by pushing RMDs out to age 73 for some and age 75 for others. Now, again, why does all of this matter? When we think about the tax problem of retirement, what we're really focused on specifically are these required minimum distributions. These are unforeseen taxes for most people. And when we think about a required minimum distribution, we are really looking hard at a lot of the retirement assets, knowing that most of you will experience higher taxes beginning at age 72 than anything you might have had in the first few years of retirement before age 72. RMDs are extremely important because they are calculated by the IRS with very little flexibility, and those RMDs will begin for most of you in such a way that you may not have a lot of other earned income. Therefore, to experience higher earned income and thus higher taxes in your later years of retirement can put your retirement plan in jeopardy. Now, what specifically did Secure Act 2.0 change when it comes to RMDs? Well, the new age brackets are important because basically for anyone born 1950 or before, your RMD age remains at age 72. Now, when you think about this, what it really means is that if you were already taking RMDs, nothing changes. However, if you were born January 1st, 1951, all the way up to December 31st of 1959, you just got one extra year of grace on your RMDs. Those RMDs don't begin now until you turn age 73. In fact, if you're born 1960, January 1, 1960 or later, you got a couple of extra grace years now in that RMDs don't begin until age 75. Is this a good thing? Or is there some mixed baggage to this? Folks, we talk about the RMD problem all the time when it comes to retirement planning. For someone who retires at age 60 with any of the following amounts in their qualified retirement plans, whether that's a 401k or an IRA, Your assets will continue to grow until the RMD age. Our prior example looked at assets growing to age 72, in which case the first year RMD would range anywhere from $65,000 a year all the way up to $327,000 per year. Folks, that's the amount of money that gets reported to the IRS as ordinary income. That gets applied to the marginal bracket system, depending upon what the brackets will be when you turn age 72. And it's going to result in additional taxes due over and above what you would otherwise expect. In fact, I can tell you, for most of you, this will be a starting point of taxes due, because I didn't include any Social Security income, which for most of you is also going to be taxable. This is important when it comes to thinking about how much income you'll need to live on and what your total expenses could be in retirement. If you have not accounted for this kind of tax bill in retirement, you need to go back and think about how much retirement's going to cost you and include the taxes in that tab. Folks, it's an extremely important thing to plan for. Now, why would this RMD thing be good? Well, because it gives us a couple of extra years to do some advanced tax planning. Why would it be bad? Well, because it gives those IRAs and 401ks a few extra years to grow. All of a sudden now at age 73 or age 75, the balances in your retirement accounts get a couple of extra years of growth that will very likely increase the amount of RMDs you must take. That is significant, and you need to plan for that ahead of time. Where is it good? Well, it allows us the opportunity to think about some tax-mindful distribution strategies. Folks, how you receive your cash flow in retirement is critical, and we need to be thinking about that before retirement or in the early years of retirement so that we can think about some strategies that allow us to make some adjustments to your future tax bill. Folks, thinking about that very specifically, looking at where income comes from is important, because any income that you take from an IRA, 401k, or other qualified retirement plan is coded as ordinary income. To the IRS, that means wages, which means it gets reported according to the marginal bracket system. However, if we can afford to take income in the early years of retirement out of an after-tax brokerage account, that could be treated as tax-preferred income. It simply depends upon how the money's invested and how the income is created. That could come in the form of municipal bond income, which is federally tax exempt. It could come in the form of qualified dividends or qualified capital gains, which enjoy favorable tax treatment. Or if we're able to take income from a Roth IRA, it could potentially be tax-free income. Folks, there are many nuances to each of these that you need to know more about, and I strongly encourage you to think about scheduling time to visit with us so that we know exactly where the retirement income is going to come from, and specifically what kinds of tax strategies we could employ before your RMD age to help lower the tax bill after RMD age and limit the reach of the IRS into your retirement savings. Folks, to do that, you can simply talk to us about running a retirement optimization program that's going to answer some of the most basic questions about retirement, but also get into some of the more advanced questions in retirement. To do this, simply go to our website at engravewealth.com, click on the button that says Start Your Free Retirement Analysis, or give us a call or an email. We'd be more than happy to schedule time to visit with you and talk about the Secure Act 2.0, the new RMD ages, and how it might impact your ability to save future taxes. Thanks for joining me here today, folks. Don't forget to watch the other videos looking at those advanced tax strategies such as NUA or net unrealized appreciation or Roth conversions that we have on our website or on our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to helping you in your retirement and helping keep the IRS out of your pockets. Have a great day.